Hello everyone, welcome to another video on this channel. This time it's a little photo locations guide. So I'm here on Fuerteventura, just arrived today, and yeah, I'm gonna spend here nearly 2 weeks. I want to take you along, show you some of the photo locations, because I did the research, I didn't find so much information. So yeah, I want to provide you with a little guide, and today we're gonna start this trip here at La Pared, which is in the south, and you have a nice view here from this spot toward the Jandia National Park, and in the background typically you see mountains. Not today, it's Kalima time, which is a little unfortunate because you have a lot of dust from the Sahara here in the air, which diminishes the views, and you can get this from time to time. It's hard to plan for, so yeah, just gonna have to deal with it, and hopefully it will go away a bit more toward the end of the week. Anyways, this spot here, if you drive toward La Pared before town, turn left, and yeah, there's a parking spot, and yeah, it's hard to miss. So you can take photos with a wide angle here with the waves in the foreground, and also in the other direction you see there's a little sea arch. You can also explore that direction. Today I brought out the long lens just to focus in on the cliffs, try to get at least something out of this evening. But yeah, anyways, I might come back later the week and see if I get some better conditions. But it's a nice spot, and I can definitely recommend it. And also now some nice waves, some surfers out there. Maybe I try to do some close-ups, and yeah, sun will be gone soon because of the haze there. But I have still nearly 2 weeks, so I'm gonna get some photos hopefully. So yeah, that's the first spot. There will be a link to an article which I also write about this little trip. So if you need information, you can just check this out. And yeah, for now, gonna enjoy this evening, take some photos, and then see you on the next photo spot. Okay, ready for the second photo spot. I'm here beneath the summit of El Castillo in the south of Fuerteventura. It's a bit of a scramble, 400 meters of elevation, not so well trodden path, so you have to scramble a bit. I brought my hiking poles, which are up there, which I definitely recommend. So it's a bit of loose rock and sand in parts, but it's doable. So on a day like this where it's not too windy, it's definitely worth the hike. And yeah, now I want to show you what you can photograph from up here, which is this view with this beautiful rock pillar, and behind it the mountains of the Jandia Peninsula. Fortunately, again, with the deep dust cloud hidden. So I have to, or I might have to come up here again, but still wanted to show you this view. Also, I framed up a vertical frame here, and I'm gonna take a photo still just to show you, so you get an idea how this can look. And then I hopefully also get some better light in the next days when I come up here again. But yeah, that's another nice photo spot on Fuerteventura. So the next photo spot here on Fuerteventura is another mountain, Pico de Zara. I think it's the highest one. I'm not 100% sure, I have to check, but it's definitely a beautiful view. So I came up here this morning. The hike takes around 90 minutes. It's a little bit more than 6 kilometers, 700 meters of elevation. Otherwise pretty easy. And yeah, make sure to bring your wide angle lens and the long lens, because in this direction, so northward, you can take beautiful photos with a wide angle here, with a ridge leading into the distance. Also, you see I had deep clouds this morning, so the Kalima and everything turned into these beautiful clouds. and it was just fantastic. I then switched to the long lens, and you can zoom into this direction and get some nice photos of the shoreline there, of the cliffs and mountains. So really beautiful. And I came up here in the dark, so I haven't yet looked into the other direction, which I'm gonna do now. So let's have a look there. So as you can see in the other direction, it looks also pretty spectacular. So definitely worth a visit. I'd say for sunrise, the direction in which I was shooting, so basically other side of the mountain summit, is better because then you have the nice light. But also here, if you want to go up here for sunset, I think this direction is pretty nice. And yeah, now with the deep clouds, it's just awesome. Hopefully I got some good photos, which I now show you, and then we're off to the next location. So today is a scouting day. I've now come to the little peninsula, which you might have seen in the photo I just showed you. So yesterday I was up there on the mountain photographing in that direction, and now I came to Playa Cofete, which is the wildest and largest beach on the island, and it's just spectacular. So I don't know, 10 kilometers of beach directly beneath the mountains. And if you want to go here, it's roughly 45 minutes of drive from Morojable. So it's unpaved, unsealed roads, so take your time, but it's doable, it's okay. And then from the parking lot, the second one close to Villa Vinta, it's around 3 kilometers along the beach to this little peninsula. And yeah, if you come here, I'd say for sunset, which I'm not yet decided if I want to do this, because there are a few other spots I also want to check out, and in the end I have to decide and pick and choose. But yeah, if you decide to come here, I'd say here, sunsets in this direction. It's a pretty nice view, also with the beautiful water down there. I guess some waves would be nice, make this a little more interesting. So we don't have much wind these days, but yeah, I might still decide to come here, so I'm not yet sure. But nice spot. Now you know what it takes to get here. So a little driving, a little walking, and then afterward, yeah, you also have to get back. So definitely you have to put in some work, which is kind of the common theme until now with the spots I visited, except for the first one. Otherwise, it's usually some hiking and some driving involved. But I'd say it's worth it. Good morning from another photo spot on the island of Fuerteventura. This here is Punta Pesebre. It's in the southwest, so at the end of the Jandia National Park. And yeah, you have to drive around 20 kilometers on unsealed roads, which is fine. Then you get close to the lighthouse and you have to turn right. This last bit, the last 4 kilometers, are actually pretty bumpy. So I left the car in the end and walked the last bit because yeah, it was just too bumpy, and also in the dark I didn't know if the conditions got worse or not. So I'll show you how it looked, and yeah, you can decide for yourself. But yeah, walking is actually not too bad. It's just 4 kilometers, and yeah, you can get here pretty quickly, and it's worth it, as you can see. So the seascape is pretty spectacular. So you can take photos from up there, from up the cliff, which I did in the beginning because it was too dark and I didn't know if I could even get down here. But yeah, it's not too difficult to get down here. There are several gullies where you can go down, and then you find this beautiful rock shelf here, waves crashing. So currently it's low tide. So if it's high tide, I think the water will be in much more and you have to be a bit more careful. But now on low tide, with the wind, get some nice action here. There's a lot of tidal pools, so really worth a visit. And also I was quite lucky with the light. So now the sky is no longer red, but it was, as I show you in a second on the photo. So yeah, it was really worth getting here. Okay, off to the next spot. So welcome to the next location, Playa la Solapa. It's on the west coast of Fuerteventura, and yeah, I've seen a few photos which looked nice. Some rocks, cliffs, and I have to say the photos didn't do it justice. It's really an awesome beach, and as you can see, there's a lot of rocks actually. The photos I've seen, there was much more sand, so I guess tides and the wind carved away a lot of sand, so leaving a lot of rocks, a lot of potential for photography. So sunset this direction, and only thing, no clouds at all in this direction, so the clouds are mostly inland, so hopefully this changes a bit. But anyways, beautiful location which I wanted to show you. Definitely worth a visit if you ask me. And I guess it's also a beach where you must be aware of the tides. Currently it's low tide with a little incoming tide. I'd say at high tide, you can't really explore a lot of the beach. I'm pretty sure that this part of the beach will be sealed off by the high tide. So best check the tides before you come here. So let's say low tide is perfect, and now I have to explore a bit, find a composition, and then take a photo. So if you love the desert and you love the coast, the water, then there's no better place to go on Fuerteventura than this spot here. There's actually 4x4 tours going here, but you'll then be with other people. You can't take your time. So what I would recommend is just walk here. It's like 5.5 kilometers from the main road. You can drive maybe 1 kilometer, but then I wouldn't go any further with a rental car. So don't bother, just walk. It's a nice walk, because in the end it gets worse and worse, and then there's sand and you really need a 4x4. So yeah, I just walked here and it's totally worth it. So you have rocks here, you have dunes, you have the sea, you have the Cofete beach. It's just awesome. I'm mind blown here. Also I have clouds, so hopefully I get a nice sunset today. In the article, which I'll link beneath the video, I mark the area where you can park your car, and from there you'll figure it out. It's not too hard to get here, and wow, hopefully I get a nice shot. So next photo spot, and it's a windy one, so I've come now to the other side of this little hill, because if I go just 10 meters in that direction, the wind is horrendous. So here it's actually pretty nice. So the photo spot I want to show you today, it's close to the Monumento Astronómico, which is down there. So maybe 15 minutes from here there's a parking lot, and what I want to photograph is in this direction. Those hills and mountains look awesome, and I want to photograph it actually when the sun has set, because a few days ago I drove past here maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes after sunset, and those hills were just glowing in deep red, and then the sky above was cyan blue. So it was a very beautiful color contrast, and I hope to get this light again today. So that's the plan. Hopefully I can take a photo, because here it's nice. I'm not sure, I have to go this direction a bit farther. If it's too windy, I'm not sure if I can take a photo, because this is more of a long lens shot, so really have to see. But enough talk now. I have to find my spot, set up, and hopefully find something where I'm sheltered from the wind as here. And yeah, also this direction currently looks awesome with the light. And this direction would actually be a beautiful photo if this street is opened up again. So there are currently constructions, and when it's up, I'd say sunrise or before sunrise with some light trails along that road, this would be perfect. But yeah, not while I'm here. So they're still doing construction. It's closed off, but yeah, whenever you come here, check this out, because I think this is a beautiful shot. Okay, now I have to head to the photo location, back into the wind. So the next location, we're now here in the north, close to Cotillo, and the next spot I want to show you is the lighthouse, Faro de Toston or something like that. You can look it up, it's close to Cotillo, maybe 3 kilometers north, and I'm standing here in an area called Piscinas Naturales. You'll also find this on Google Maps, and I'm here at low tide, which actually is quite good because what you see down here, you have those dark lava rocks surrounded by this white sand, and it has beautiful structures, and I'm gonna use this or try to use it as foreground interest now when I'm framing the lighthouse. So low tide, I'd say good to come here, but also might work if there's a lot of wind and higher tide. Then I guess you have some nice wave action down there at the front on the rocks. But yeah, if you have the chance, I think low tide is really when you have to go here. Okay, so next spot, I'll now try to take a photo, which I'm then gonna show you, and then the next days also explore a bit more, because this area I've already done a run today, checking out some of the local beaches. It also has a lot to offer. So till then, see you. So the next evening and the next photo spot, this time I'm a few hundred meters south of Cotillo. So town is just over there, not far, and this is maybe the most popular location for taking photos. So typically the photos you see are up from there, featuring this cliff and then the beach going in this direction. But I found if you come a little down, the cliff serves as a barrier which hides what's behind it, which is just some barren land, a road, so nothing which is photogenic. So it's good to come down a bit. And also here I can put those mountains in the center, which works nice now even during sunset. So sun's going down this direction, but when the sun peeks through the clouds, I have some nice light there on the beach and the mountains. And then in the morning, I guess I come back with the sun rising on that side, and then bathing hopefully the side of the mountains in beautiful light. The highlight here is also, if you come here and there's not too many waves and low tide, you have beautiful water down there, and you can see beneath the surface. Use a polarizer, you have rocks there. This looks very interesting. Crystal clear water and perfect for the photo. Okay, enough talk now. So if you're north of Fuerteventura, Cotillo is definitely a good place to stay, because already we have 2 locations, and also down there are further beautiful coves with cliffs and also rocks where you can go if there's a bit more wind and you have waves. I think there's some nice spots which I might check out the next days, but for now, today and tomorrow morning, I'm gonna photograph this spot. Hopefully I now have a nice photo to show you. So for me, it's the last evening here in Fuerteventura, and I want to show you a final location, one which I'm likely not gonna photograph because we have no clouds, we have not much surf, and this is both essential for this place. I think you need some waves crashing down there at the rocks, and also you need some clouds. Then this can look very spectacular. So we're here at Puerto de la Cruz, which is on the west side of Fuerteventura. So from Cotillo, it's roughly half an hour, 40 minutes. And what you have here is, again, some natural pools, which you can use as foreground interest. So I'll just post some scouting photos I took with a cell phone. And there you also see that, yeah, with a clear sky, it doesn't work out. But it's a place, I'd say, that has potential. So also if you bring the long lens and have really rough seas, then I'd say photographing in this direction here would be awesome, because you have beautiful jagged cliffs, some rocks in the sea, and yeah, if the waves crash there, it would look awesome, I assume, but yeah, not for me. So I'll now soon go back to the car and then pack my things and head back to Germany tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. So as a little resume at the end, so would I recommend Fuerteventura for photography? So in the beginning I was skeptical if I would find enough, but now I can definitely say yes, It's a great place for photography. You don't find much to photograph during day. So if you, for example, go to places like Madeira or also Tenerife, you will find forests, you will find waterfalls. So there's a lot of interest you can photograph throughout the day. Here in Fuerteventura, what you'll mostly do throughout the day is just relax at the beach. But when it comes to sunrise, sunset and also astrophotography, it's a great place. I couldn't do any astro because I had a full moon, so the Milky Way would have been in the right spot for several places, but yeah, with the moon up there, it was just too bright, so I couldn't take astro photos, especially for the days where I didn't have clouds. It would have been nice. So if you plan a visit, also check that you come maybe with a new moon or something, because then there's even more potential than what I've shown you now. So, and there's also a lot more places, but some of those, although they're marked on Google Maps and you find some photos there, I did a lot of hikes. Some of those look beautiful but are not photogenic. So definitely bring enough time to scout for yourself and figure out what you want to photograph. But the place I've showed you, I think will give you a good start. Okay, that's it for the video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.